second. Oh my little baby boy, daddy, 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 daddy. Oh my little baby boy, my toy. Oh my little baby boy.
If you really want to be a hero that badly, there actually might be another way. Just pray that you'll be born with a fork in your next life, and then a swan dive off the roof Well, the first place didn't even have rescue points. That was full feelings like an ace. Most of the other examinees were running for the big obstacle. He stayed focused on putting the smaller targets getting close and then thus staying away over disrespecting this academy by stepping straight forward and threatening Let's get to the stick up our ass.
Photoshoot.
Roger.
Fuck that bitch, try to put the fee on it. Back with the free.
I don't know which one of you bitches just lied to me and told me I'm not gonna see no monsters until later in the game. I just seen that motherfucker!
Gacha. We tried to stop him from leaving, but he wouldn't listen. You just missed him.
So nothing bad happened? You didn't wreck it? You didn't hit anybody? You didn't run anybody over? You didn't get a speeding ticket? Wait, Jeffy, why are you making that face?
Excuse me, kid! Are you in All Might's class? Oh, hold on. Aren't you that sludge villain kid?
Walk away.
Sure, but Bakugou's always angry, so he'll never be that popular.
What did you say? I'll kick your ass!
See?
You know, we basically just met you, so it's kind of telling that we all know your personality is flaming crap mixed with garbage. You're gonna regret the day you applied to this school, you loser!
I think that's the last of these guys. Bunch of weaklings.
Alright, let's hurry and find the rest of our class. If we're both still in the USJ, then everyone else probably is too. And not all of them have the offensive skills we do, especially since we screwed things up when we got in the way earlier.
I'm gonna go destroy that Warpeak bastard.
Huh? I'm gonna take him down because he's their way in and out! If I cut off their escape route, they'll be stuck here and have to pay for what they've done!
Our physical attacks didn't hurt that guy. Come on, don't be an idiot, man.
Shut up!
Go find the others if you want to.
Wait, hold up.
You're trying to think funny about blowing your ass up right now. You got it. I've been cleaning you up for weeks. Oh, that doesn't sound very heroic. Did you
I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock. Think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock.